Good day, race fans! I'm Unsilent, and we're on the air with more F1 2013. Well, a lot of the big F1 YouTubers have already moved on to F1 2017. Us normies have to go back to F1 2013 for another couple days before we can get our hands on classic cars in F1 2017. So here we are back in F1 2013 with the Classic Edition. And I mentioned on Twitter I had a better idea than what I had at the end of the last video. A last to first challenge around Estoril. And I mentioned which car I wanted to do it with last time. Not an 80s car, a 90s car. This one, the Williams FW18, piloted by Damon Hill, who won the 1996 Formula One World Drivers' Championship, and Jacques Villeneuve, who in the FW19 won the 1997 Formula One World Drivers' Championship. And we're going to play as my countryman, Jacques Villeneuve, who also had, was a race car driver. He was a musician, a club owner, and now he's a television analyst. Jacques has done lots of things in his career, not just winning a Formula One World Championship, not just winning the Indy 500, not just winning the Kart World Series. So what we're going to do, this is the last to first challenge, like I said, so we're going to do a short weekend, one shot so I could just skip qualifying, and 25% race. What's the worst that could happen around the Autodromo do Estoril in Portugal? Alright, so this was one thing I hadn't counted on, is not being able to do my own setup. So, we are in a little bit of trouble. But I think having a little more downforce is probably the way to go with all the turns. Might not do us too well on the straights, but hopefully we'll make up time in the turns by going with the middle of the road setup. I hope that's the right call. If not, we're in a lot of trouble. Oh, darn, we didn't complete a flying lap and we're starting in last. The good news is, though, my teammate is in position number 2, so at least we have some hope for this car, though how fast Mansell went does concern me ever so slightly. It's race time! It's the F1 Classics Portuguese Grand Prix. I'm Jacques Villeneuve, apparently. Don't worry, I won't be singing this time. Sitting here at the back of the grid, it's a last to first challenge, 25% distance, 18 laps. Lights out! Away we go! Get the wheel spin under control and we'll get our first position right off the line past the 92 Ferrari. Meanwhile, everyone's going to brake. You could take this turn almost flat at speed, but since everyone's just going to be braking stupidly, I've been hit by someone, as everyone's just like, okay, we're going to turn 3 into a parking lot. Prost is getting all sorts out of shape. Get out of the way, you fool! Well, we've survived through 4 turns. And we've made our way from P12 to P7. I have it on expert difficulty before anyone accuses me of going on the easy difficulty. Oh, I missed that braking point by a healthy margin. I did take about that far into the lap in the qualifying just to make sure I picked the right setup, and I think I did. But it does feel a lot different. It feels like it's just wallowing a bit with the fuel on board. So we're going to want to burn that off as reasonably quickly as possible in order to get the car handling a little better. But that's 1 lap in the books and 5 positions made up already. And with these 2 dueling, maybe we can just... We had to bail out of that to avoid running into the back of DC. It's through that second turn that gives me all sorts of... I just missed my braking point, and it... Oh, come on, give me some room. I missed my braking point there, and I still managed to somehow get past Coulthard into position number 6. So if this was an F1 race of the era, I'd be in the points by now. So, last to points challenge, check. Well, the good news is, the draft is really good. Slipstream OP because, oh, let's just cut the grass. Agricultural past. Prost. Oh, bump into the back of Eddie Irvine in the 99 Ferrari, I believe that is. I think I did mention at one point, Eddie did come within one race of winning the World Drivers' Championship. Finished 2 points behind Häkkinen, though if he had finished in second instead of third in the final race, he still would have lost out to Häkkinen on the count back, but it would have been a dead heat. So it didn't make any sense for Ferrari to swap Schumacher back in that final race and give Irvine the second. But if he would have won the championship, you know they would have done that, and nobody would have... Would they have faulted him if Eddie Irvine became a world championship on a team... world champion, rather, on team orders?
The pit window is open. Box this lap.
I don't know why I want to box this lap. I'm having a good run around the outside of Irvine in turn 1. Oh, that was a bold move. Helped a little bit by a foiled overtaking attempt on Lacey. And we'll go up the inside of Lacey, and we've made our way to the podium after just 3 and a little bit laps. But the problem is we are just forever and a day behind Hill for P2. So it might come down to strategy. They do want me to make a pit stop. We'll see how my lap time's doing. I'm still green on my pace, so I'm not going to rush into the pit so long as I've got really good pace on these tires. And we're already pulling away from Lacey, but the problem is we're still almost 7 seconds behind Hill. That's after just 3 laps. He's just stormed away in second place.
Mansell's now pitting. Mansell has entered the pit.
Alright, so Nigel's pitted, so we've made our way to P2, functionally... well, worse than that, let's be honest. I know they're telling me to pit, and those tires look pretty poor. After only 5 laps, oh, Damon's in the pits anyway, so we've just assumed the lead. We're still going faster. We're in green, not purples, but we're green on the old tires, so hopefully we can just hold on to these for another lap or 2. Alright, we're in a box this time. Oops, that was not a smooth pit entry, and the game was taken over for me and told me, "You've bollocksed it up, we're taking over for you." So we're going from the options to the primes. I've lost a lot of time on the pit in. Here we go. They really not have helmets in 96. Fresh set of tires. 5.5 seconds. I could have done worse. Mansell set a fast lap.
You're free to rejoin the track. The track is clear.
Well, that could have gone better.
Ferrari are getting ready for a pit stop. Looks like it's going to be Irvine.
What do you mean Ferrari's getting ready for a pit stop? How many stops are they planning on making in this race? Okay, looking at it, apparently everybody's just going to make as many pit stops as they damn well please. Because we're scheduled for a stop at lap 9. Well, if I'd known that it was going to be like a 5-stop frickin' strategy, I wouldn't have waited an extra like 3 laps for my first stop.
Stopping this lap.
Well, the good news is I just set a purple lap time. The bad news is, for some reason, they want me to stop in while the tires are still blisteringly quick.
You're driving as well as I've ever seen. This is exactly what we need until the end.
Well, then let me stay out and dictate my own damn strategy, Jeff.
They're fitting prime tyres to Mansell's car. Mansell is now running the primes.
So it looks like what everyone's doing is Mansell's in, so that means everybody's on a 2-stopper. Well, if I'd known that, why didn't we just go with a really long 1-stopper?
The car ahead is running on the prime tyre. We have an advantage here.
And Damon's on an alternate strategy, apparently. If he's on the prime, we must be on the option. If we're short stopping, but we're purple right now, so we're in good shape. Got no reason to pull in yet. We're going to push it for one more lap and hope Damon doesn't pit. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Alright, here we go, box. Oh, I've spun in the pits. Yeah, I did it again. Set it into standard mix and Hope I didn't cost myself too much time by bollocksing up pit in again. Come on, go, go, go. I think that is the exact same lap time that or pit time that I did the last time.
The track is clear. Track is clear.
But unfortunately, pit strategy has left me all the way back in position number 10, so... a couple cars in front of me are pulling off the pit. Actually, there's 5 cars in the pit, so we'll just make mincemeat. Oh, Damon's in the pit. Damon's in the pit.
Car behind has just fitted the option tyres. Looks like it's going to do a shorter stint.
We just got by Damon on the exchange of pit stops. Now we just have to stay in front of him because... if memory serves, they said Damon in the last stint was on the option, or the primes rather, so he's going to be on the options this time. And Mansell's being held up. So if there's a chance for us to strike, it's got to be here. So we got to go quick. I don't know who's holding up Nigel, but they're my hero right now. Alright, here we go. Here's everything. Ralph's pulling in, so this is going to be the fight for P1, and I don't know what the hell happened to Nigel, but we just blew by him. I don't know if the AI can miss a shift or what. But that's it. Last to first. On merit. And we gotta hold it for 4 more laps. Well, we just went purple on that last lap. Meanwhile, Damon and Nigel are side by side into turn 1, so hopefully they'll battle and slow each other down.
You need to find some speed. The car behind is closing in.
Well, that's not what I want to hear. We're going purple, and the car behind is still closing in. 1 lap to go. Can we hold off Nigel Mansell?
Mix 2. We're comfortable at the moment.
Okay, we're back to mix 2. We just set another fastest lap. And then we just gotta hold on. Final lap of the race. Oh, that was not good. Try and keep the back end in line. Come out of here in second gear. How am I doing for fuel? Fuel's optimal. So I don't think I have any more revs if I need it. So it's just gotta be me on pace alone. But we got 2 seconds on Nigel. Nothing stupid, just nice and poised and steady. That might be my worst turn on the entire circuit right there. Actually, that and the one heading onto the back straight. Now that one I just, I was too busy talking to actually think my way through that turn. Through the second last corner, through this long right-hander. And here we go, last to first, mission accomplished. What a way to send off this game, and checkered flag! If Murray Walker was doing the post-race commentary for that, I could just hear an incredible scenes. The young Canadian put together a superlative race, going from last to first in the course of the Grand Prix. Finishing on the podium ahead of 2 other one-time Formula One world champions. There's an excited Jacques Villeneuve. And that does it for F1 2013. Well, we'll be back soon, I hope, with some more racing. We'll definitely be back with some more racing soon, but maybe with some more F1 classic cars. We'll see what is on offer for F1 2017 when we actually get our hands on that in a couple days. But as always, I have plenty more classic video games on the channel. I've got Final Fantasy IX, Grand Prix 2 if you're looking for racing, Psychonauts is wrapping up in the next little bit, and then we'll have Doom 2 after that. So lots and lots of exciting retro gaming action coming up on the channel. So if you want to catch some of that, hit the subscribe button. It's just down below the video. So until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new or if you want to see more retro racing action. Follow on social media, share on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent on Air, and that is for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.